Local government autonomy. Senate embarks on closed-door emergency session. Local government autonomy. Senate embarks on closed-door emergency session. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, kindly stay tuned as I read today's news. There is currently a deadlock and confusion in the Senate regarding how to implement the financial autonomy granted to the 774 local government councils across the country by the Supreme Court in August. The issue arose on Wednesday in the Senate after the sixth agenda item, which involved petitions. Senator Tony Nwoye from Anambra North raised a point of order, which was supported by the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio. Vanguard News reported that Senator Nwoye, using orders 41 and 51 of the Senate Standing Rules, introduced a motion claiming that some state governments are trying to block the implementation of the Supreme Court decision on local government autonomy by passing opposing laws through their state houses of assembly. While addressing his fellow senators, Nwoye seemed uncertain about the issue, but mentioned that 9 other senators had co-sponsored the motion. He specifically accused some state governors of using their state houses of assembly to create laws forcing local government councils to deposit funds into state local government joint accounts, which the Supreme Court had ruled against. After presenting his motion, which included 6 requests to enforce the judgment, Senator Osital Izunaso supported it. However, Senator Adamu Aliero raised a constitutional point of order to stop the debate on the motion. Senator Adamu Aliero, referring to Section 287 of the 1999 Constitution, which states that Supreme Court judgments are enforceable nationwide, urged the Senate not to dwell too much on the issue. Aliero said, Supreme Court judgment is enforceable across the country. There is no need for us to be debating anything that has to do with it here. Senate President Akpabio agreed with Aliero and pointed out another constitutional issue. He directed the Senate attention to Section 162, subsection 6 of the 1999 Constitution, which, according to him, established the state local government joint account. Akpabio noted that this section would need to be amended to fully implement the Supreme Court's judgment. Senator Akpabio said, I think what we need to do is to carry out required amendment of certain provisions of the Constitution as far as local government autonomy is concerned, he said. Before a final decision could be made on the motion, Senator Nwoye quickly invoked Order 42 of the Senate Standing Rules to give a personal explanation. At the same time, Senator Abdurrahman Sumaila Kawu from Kano State raised a similar point of order. The simultaneous point of order caused confusion, with many senators approaching the Senate President for personal consultations. This led the Senate to hold an emergency closed-door session at 12:46 p.m. To recall, in early August, the Supreme Court ruled that the 36 state governors could no longer hold or use funds meant for 774 local government areas. The court declared that it was illegal and unconstitutional for governors to continue taking and controlling funds allocated to local government. The Supreme Court stated that the dubious practice that has lasted forever 2 decades clearly violated Section 162 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. In the main judgment delivered by Justice Emmanuel Agim, this court ruled that no state House of Assembly has the authority to create laws that interfere with funds meant for the local government areas. To my dear listeners,